Hi, I'm Forrest,
And I'm Teaser.
and together we're Vet Pups.
Yeah.
Hey, Taser,
What's up?
guess what?
What?
We got an email.
Say it ain't so.
Right? We got an
It
email for the first time, so let's go ahead and get right into it.
happened.
So
Yeah.
first off, I'm going to leave off their name, and I'm going to leave off their service just to protect them. Hello, here from San Francisco. Recently found your podcast through TikTok algorithm magic, and I thought I'd propose a question. Since I'm in a similar boat as both a pup that is in the military branch, I've been serving in the military. For starters, as both military member and a pup, how did you and Alpha Taser fit both lifestyles in your day-to-day routine? Are you both open to select coworker friends about it, or do you both keep it a secret? At first, I was worried, and I was like an outlier within my own unit, hiding a secret second life of sorts. I was lucky to come across a coworker at a rave pub event, and it's been comforting to have met someone similar in person. It helped me come out of my shell, but also make me feel less alone. I was wondering if you both had went through something similar or went about military pup living different. Well, to help us answer this question, we brought on two other pups to help us. We've got Pup Briar
Yeah.
and
Hi.
Pup Brune.
Hi. Hello.
Hi. So, I guess I'll start. I have no expertise in this area other than the fact of living the double life kind of perspective. Um, the pup community came later after I was already a veteran, so I I I can't relate to that, but I have had friends that are still active duty and are furries and drag queens and pups and all those things and they live pretty normal lives. So I I never really asked them about it either. So I mean, they seem functional. They're able to still have a good time and be themselves. So I mean, that's just my perspective.
Yeah, it was. I got out, over a decade ago at this point. But for me, I was in during Don't Ask, Don't Tell. So it was literally the same thing as living a double life for me. When I was at work, I was HM3, and then when I got off base, I did what I want, but I was very selective about who I told.
Oh, see, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Briar,
See, I
Rune.
was I really new to the pup space, and I worked as an army medic for 8 years, and I only recently, within about the last month, really kind of started getting into this space. But I also, living as a gay man in a field like that, I kind of had to keep a lot of things separate just for professionalism. And so I don't think that with my particular like look at things, I don't think that it necessarily has to like overlap for me. Although I will say that having somebody in like the personal workspace, so like within my section and those kinds of things, knowing it did make things a little easier. So
And what
Me,
about
per-
you, Runes?
Me personally, I was kind of in that weird space because I enlisted in 2007 and I was out by 13. So it was like right there at the weird cusp of when things were changing over. And my personal experience with either being a gay man or discovering the pub community, things like that. Um, I don't know if I was just lucky with the contingent of people that I was stationed with or what, but I never really had an issue integrating stuff into my life. Um, like we were always very open and honest with one another, and of course you get the jokes here or there, but the majority of the time, everyone was a lot of like you do you
Mm-hmm.
and like what makes you happy, especially given the circumstance of what was going on around that time.
Yeah, and I think after hearing you guys because all of you pretty much had like the same type of job in essence, which is kind of wild. I think for me, like trying to, because now that I've heard everybody, and now I'm like, huh, okay, so now I understand a little bit better. So like, I would say like as an MP or military police officer, we had to be very careful in what people knew about us. I can say like at work it was fine. Like we can be ourselves to a degree, and we had to carry ourselves above standard, which I freaking hate saying that. But we also worked very, very closely with the public on a day-to-day basis. So any little kind of tidbit information somebody could use against you for something. I've seen a lot of people within my like my platoon, for example, who would let certain personal details get out, like who they are intimate with, for example, and there you go. There's conflict. So personally, I didn't have any issues. I just knew how to manage like what to share and what not to share with people. But I mean,
I think the military environment being so close knit, like personal information spreads so quickly, and
oh yeah,
yeah, so I tend to not want to merge my personal life and my work life in kind of let them have their own separate spaces and keep like the boundaries clean between being professional at work and then uh, what I do after.
yeah.
Yeah, it's all about your how safe you feel around your coworkers. If you know being an out person is different than being a pup, because some people see the pup community as something that is extremely kink, an extreme kink, and it's not for a lot of pups. So it depends on your how safe do you feel with your coworkers knowing that you're gay or bi or possibly trans. Well, that's different now, but again, you've got to worry about your own safety, and you just have to understand that we do live in a different time where
Or now
being
it's
unfortunately being different can be looked down upon. But
it's now a
again, it's
bad thing again. It's like we
yeah.
go from changing for the better, things are better, and then now it's going back. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like some of my friends that are trans in the military, for example, like now they're being thrown out, and
Mm-hmm.
they're the ones that are doing amazing on PT scores, like
Yeah.
amazing, like, and we're talking like female to male doing
The,
male requirements, and it's wild that they're
mm-hmm.
like, no, bye bye, because we know
Yeah.
this about you. Sorry. People will use that stuff.
And again, yeah, it comes down to your own personal safety and how comfortable are you with your coworkers.
I think I am under the umbrella of I don't mind if people know, but it's more though if they were to ask me, like I'm fine telling, but like I'm not one of those people that is just going to share that kind of personal information.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't do that stuff up front. Like, if
Yeah.
you ask and we develop a relationship, then that's information that I will then release to
Mm-hmm.
you as we go. But yeah, that's like any new job that I started. It's like I would never be open about things, and there were just some people I just never trusted, and they never knew because I never told
Mm-hmm.
them. And
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh, well, why didn't you tell me?" And I was like, "Because I didn't trust you. Like, why would I tell you
And
something about myself that you've already communicated that you have a problem with? You've already created a hostile environment. So it's like, of course, I'm
yeah.
not going to share that with you. People are wild."
Rune, do you have anything?
Yeah.
Well, everything that's been like talked about is pretty on point. The only thing I would like to touch on is the dichotomy and trauma of like splitting yourself up,
Mm.
like finding shame in who you are as a person, it's definitely nothing to be ashamed of, and others may tell you differently, or rumors may spread, or but as long as you find your peace in who you are as a person, like you just have to keep trucking forward. Because well, I'm with Briar in that, like in my situation, if you're on a boat for 3 to 6 months and you're out to sea, there's no escaping. Like those people are there and they're like in your business. Um, so as long as like what Forrest said, and you're feeling safe and you're feeling comfortable, like just be yourself. Don't split it up. Don't cause yourself any unnecessary trauma. Just be you, and everything will smooth itself out.
I will say that
Yeah.
that brings up a point of uh, the way that you act about yourself as well. Like I would definitely get in some heated water with some of my coworkers and stuff over like how I would act just on a general basis, because a lot of times I might be a bit immature, but when it came to time to actually do the job that I'm supposed to be doing, I focus in, and it no longer, none of the other stuff really matters. And I think the authenticity kind of put a lot of the people that I work with in a more comfortable environment as well. So, like being yourself and being your true self when you're not having to do the thing that you're trained to do is also a really good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because a lot of us, being veterans, they it's a lot about being the cog in the machine. Like that's how we're basically raised. Well, we were part of the military. It was we're here to do a thing, and we need to do the thing well. And a lot of the times, squashing that individuality, though, um, causes a lot of undue stress and trauma that you have to deal with later when you leave. Because once you're not part of the machine anymore, you don't know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
So anything that keeps you aware of who you are as a person, um, I stand 100% behind.
Yeah, because I can honestly say that like the rediscovering your part after that is kind of difficult, because it's like I would say like
Right.
I'm in that phase where I'm trying to kind of like like I guess like yeah, I guess you could say just like rediscovering who I am, because it's like now I don't have my job anymore. Like I'm not a cop anymore. I don't have the amount of power I used to have. I don't have the support systems. I don't have a lot of those things, but like, you know, you still kind of like I think what helps me hold on a little bit is the fact that I do have something. Like I'm a Marine and that will never change. So it's like that's still part of me, which kind of does help. Like as long as I think you are able to maintain that little piece of your military service with you is always going to be something that you could always kind of rely back on, because it's always there. It's never going to go away. Like you
Mm-hmm.
guys all know how to still do your job.
Right.
It's like
So I
me.
guess, yeah. So I guess in closing, we could just say, you be you,
Mhm.
but make sure you do it in a safe way. Make sure you're comfortable, um, and you don't have to come out if you don't want to. It's honestly, it's none of their business if you tell them or not. But if you feel safe telling them, that's perfectly fine.
And plus,
Taser, you
like,
have anything?
if you go out and stuff, like, you're still preserving that person that you really are. It's just you're
Mm-hmm.
deciding to not bring it to work. It's okay. Like,
Yeah.
because you're still gonna find people that are gonna love and respect you and care for you.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have to go into another space to get it, that's completely fine. You're not gonna find everything you need in the military. It's not gonna
Right.
happen.
Yeah, I mean, hell, I'm not running around barking at computers. So
I
like,
would. I should have just been canine instead.
but my last note on anything, I'll point out something Forrest said about comfortability. One thing I personally learned when I got out and I started progressing more down this new path is learning how to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. Because
Mm-hmm.
if you can master that and you can learn that like sometimes life is just uncomfortable. It's it's just how we are as humans. Uh, and once you realize that it's not world breaking and that you can work through it and not hold on so tight, like you'll figure it out.
Yeah, it'll be
Yeah.
okay. And
Yep.
getting out of your comfort zone, if you can be okay with it, they're like you just kind of have to do it. Like I hate to say it, you have to expose yourself to the things that probably scare you in order to build up an immunity and an adjustment and a survival plan for it. So it's okay. I do it all the time, and my husband thinks I'm crazy.
Briar?
Yes. I think that everything is exactly that. Like keeping, like I said, I'm really new to this space, but I think that holding that area of your life open um, for you to be authentic is the most important thing.
Awesome. Well,
Aw,
I know
hug.
Taser and I want to thank Briar and Rune for joining us today.
Yeah,
And to our active duty member out there, we hope we were able to help in some way. Um,
yeah.
you can always email us, and that goes for everybody else. If you have any questions, please email us, and we hope to answer them, or even bring you on board to help answer the question.
And if you want, you can get in on our Discord, and then you can talk to us directly.
Right?
Yeah,
All right. Until next time. Thank you very much for joining.
yeah.
Thank you, Briar. Thank you, Brune.
Good boys. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in today. If you enjoyed today's podcast, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And so that way you can hit the little bell thing, and then you get notified for all new episodes that we release. And you can also catch us on TikTok Live on Mondays and Fridays between 10 Eastern Standard Time and 7 Pacific Time.
And I think that comes to the end of this week's episode. Both Taser and I want to thank Briar and Rune for helping us out with this week's discussion.
Yeah.
And we want to thank you for sticking with us on this journey. Remember to take care of yourselves and each other. And until next time,
Yeah. Haha.